So good evening all. I am super excited to have you joining us tonight. I'm Sally with Your Blissful Journey, and this is under the Alchemy of Healing umbrella. Pat's presentation is, during Alchemy of Healing, we meet a couple times a month and learn all about alternative ways to support our bodies, our health, our environment, our planet. And I do have to give the disclaimer that I am not a medical doctor, so anything that I do say is not, you have to take it if you want it, weigh it and see if it's best for you. And that being said, I don't want to take any more of Pat's valuable time because she is going to be sharing with us. Pat's known as the Marie Kondo of healthy homes, and she's going to get us organized. She's going to get us opening our eyes to seeing what is real, what we're really putting in our homes, and if it's in our environment, it's in our bodies. So it's just the way it goes, folks. So I won't take any more. Pat, thank you so much. I know you guys are going to be thrilled. So get your paper and pens handy. And Pat, thank you so much.
All right.
I share a screen so that you can.
Yes, I got the, I'm going to share. So you should be seeing this thing that says, is the home you love killing you? Right? All right. Okay, so we're gonna have some fun tonight, and I'm hoping that this will be, hey Nikki, you're welcome, will be educational for you all, and feel free to ask questions. We're gonna have a little Q&A at the end as well. All right, so let's get started. So raise your hand if you've ever experienced headache or ever felt a bit sluggish, or sometimes you might feel a lack of focus and or clarity. All right, that was me this whole week. Raise your hand if you would like a solution for that when that happens, or better yet, there is a way to prevent it. All right, so I'm with you all, and it would be great to feel good and think straight, you know, all the time, if that's possible. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to share with you four things in your home that could actually be silently causing some of this without you even knowing it. And you might be surprised that there are silent killers in your home, things that are slowly but surely taking away your focus, your vitality, and your ability to make decisions, and things that they're things that you use every day, all day in your homes. Okay. So next slide. There we go. So many of these ailments that you see on the screen here are just due to stress in our bodies and our mind and in our environment. And they're, you know, and they're caused by pollution that's like seeping into our bodies. So much of what's happening in our health and well-being today comes from outside contaminants. Their contaminants are really poisons that are in our air or water, or even our food, where, you know, it's expensive and challenging to find healthy foods in our grocery stores, supermarkets. So we experience pollution outdoors as well as indoors. And indoor pollution is one of the top 5 highest ranking environmental health problems in America, with chemical levels up to like 70 times higher than what you find outside. So much of this exposure comes from the things that we use in everyday life, and the easier of the two to control between the outdoor and the indoor pollution is the indoor pollution, because you can control what you bring into your homes, you know, what you use in your homes. So we always hear about air quality, air pollution, but you would be surprised, it might shock you to know that the toxic chemicals in our household cleaners are 3 times more likely to cause cancer than the air pollution that you find outside. Household toxins don't just only affect or you know, what we have ourselves in our home, but also works against us outside. Because if you think of like when you use those chemical products, those chemicals are going into the waterways, right? So as you use them, they get washed down into the drain when they leave the house in our waste. So they're polluting our water. And then the fragrances. So like when you use dryer sheets, as an example, those fragrances off of those the dryer sheets, that's also polluting the air that we breathe. Right. So many people, they think that fragrances, they smell nice, and they do smell nice. But then when you really think of it, some of these are artificial. They are actually chemical created, and that's not good for our bodies as well. Right. So the toxic load, the buildup of those harmful chemicals in our bodies, is what we call body burden. And the way that these chemicals can get into our body, by swallowing it. So we ingest it, by breathing it or inhaling it, or just by absorption. So when it comes in contact with our skin. So in essence, there's no way around that if it's in your home, unless you're aware of what you're doing and what you're bringing in, and you can do something about it to change it. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about tonight, so that you can control and avoid these poisons that you breathe in, that your kids, that your fur babies, that you're breathing in, and then you absorb through your skin. So what can we do to reduce the body burden? So here are 4 ways that I'm gonna go through with you, and you might want to jot them down. The first thing is water, right? So there are lots of choices for water. And how do you know what's the best, healthiest ways to ensure that you're getting the right water and it's being absorbed into your body at the highest capacity? So we all have access to tap water. Tap water is chlorinated, right? It's a chemical that's used to treat the water. And sometimes there's a smell to it and a taste, right? It removes the chemicals, not chemicals, the minerals that are you need minerals in your body, right? The minerals help you within your body. So sometimes it takes that out. So that's not a good thing either. So the absorption of that water into your body is also not very good. Filtered water is, tap water that you basically run through like a carbon filter, and that removes the chemicals that you need. And sometimes it depletes the minerals as well from that water, right? And if you have water that's acidic, your body is more susceptible to disease. So you want to make sure that that's not the right kind of water. And also it's not as easily absorbed. So if you ever felt like you drink water, but you still don't feel like you're still feeling thirsty after that, it's because your body's not absorbing the water. As soon as it gets into your mouth, it's like having to go straight down into your body before it's absorbed. So you want to get that water that as soon as you drink it, you feel like you're drinking water and absorbing it. Reverse osmosis is another way to filter water, and it is effective, but it does remove all the minerals. So that produces acidic water as well, right? Minerals are important for the body to stay healthy. We need those minerals. They do different things in our bodies. It keeps our bones or muscles or heart or brain working properly. And it makes enzymes and hormones. So we can't just take everything out of that, our water, the minerals out of our water. Bottled water is just filtered water. And it may be filtered through reverse osmosis as well. So there's no nutritional value. It's acidic. And if you think about the bottle is plastic, right? So you're now getting water in a bottle, and it's leaching, that plastic is leaching into the water, which is not good at all. And there are environmental concerns. When you finish with that bottle, you're now tossing it, and now you're creating a waste, right? The landfill, and they don't biodegrade. We're just collecting all this plastic. And there is no regulation for bottled water. So how do you know that the water that you're getting in there is healthy, right? So according to the UCLA Health Department, water is vital for the functioning of all of our organs. It is a huge part of keeping your immune system functioning at an optimal level. And they also say that, if you're dehydrated, your whole body, your immune system can start breaking down. So we all have to make an effort to drink enough water. but we also want to make sure that you're getting the right water. And it's a shame that when you drink water that you're not sure whether you're getting the maximum benefit because of what's in our standard drinking water, right? So what can we do? A healthy and affordable choice is to filter tap water with a filtration system that will keep the minerals that we need for our bodies, that produces alkaline oxygenated water that is more easily absorbed by the body, right? And it's easy to use and cost effective. And of course, you want it to taste better as well, right? So what I use and I recommend is the Plymag waterfall from Nikon, which is a picture here. It's basically a countertop system. And if you think about what you're doing here is you don't have to buy bottled water anymore. So you're saving the environment from all of that, the bottles that you would use. We also have a sports bottle that you can use as well. So even there, you don't have to buy a bottle of water when you're out or take a bottle with you. You have a sports bottle, you can fill it up wherever you go with any kind of water, and you get alkaline water on the go. So Professor Shinji Makino, in his book, The Miracle of Pi Water, stated that Pi water has the power to maximize natural healing. So Pi water helps people recover from illnesses. It's high energy water. That's what Pi water is. And that's the foundation for health. So we not only absorb water by drinking, right? When you are in the shower, we absorb water through our skin, right? When we shower, there's chlorine that's absorbed through through our skin, and it's also you're inhaling those vapors, right? The chlorine from the water vapors. When you turn on and it's that heat, you're getting the chlorine out of the vapors. So that's not good as well because that enters our bloodstream. So the shower heads, like you see in the picture here, provides chlorine reduction without adding chemicals, which is important. It's got natural filtration that reduces the contaminants like dirt and sediment and water odors. And the Pi and the magnetic technology adds the minerals and it softens the water and creates microbubbles that increases the contact and penetration. So you're increasing the hydration of your skin, right? So my friend Kelly has welder's keratosis. I'll tell you what happened with her. So welder's keratosis is it's caused by years of exposure to welding. She was in the welding business, welding radiation. And so what happened with her, it caused breakouts on her skin. And she was also always self-conscious about the rashes and the breakouts on her neck and her face. So she, felt ugly, always trying to hide it with covering up. So she bought the waterfall and she also purchased the shower head and a little over a year ago, and she is ecstatic. She's happy because the water, she's getting from within her body, right, out. She's getting the Plymag water. So it's helping her with the what's inside her body. And then with the shower head, she's getting that hydration in her skin and all of that. So they are working together such that her breakouts are nearly gone. And her skin is soft and squeaky clean. And she told me, she brushes up against somebody who doesn't have, who she knows isn't using the Plymag or that kind of water. She can actually feel the difference in their skin tone, right? So, and if she forgets to put on lotion, it's not a problem because her skin is still soft and hydrated. So her body is getting the benefits of hydration from inside and on the outside as well. And I know, Sally, your husband is also a lover of it.
Yes, we've tried other filter shower heads, and Ken, big strong guy that he is, has sensitive skin. And he itches all the time when he gets out of the shower. And he does. He's noticed a big difference. I've noticed a big difference because he's not like scratching like a bear when he gets out of the shower. So.
And that's what used to happen to me as well. I would come out and I'd be itchy all over. And so it's awesome.
So Pat, I do have a question before you move on. So I have recently been, every once in a while, I drink not water from the tap normally, but I've been drinking it from up here, and I'll put it in my bottle, and I have to let it aerate for a while, because if I drink it right away from the tap, this is recent. This hasn't been happening. I don't know if they added something more to our water, but it chokes me up. So I can just, it's almost like I can breathe the fumes in. So I was thinking I should probably just turn the shower head on and fill up.
And drink that? Yes, you could do that.
All right, I'm sorry, I'll let you go. Keep on going. This is
Do that, but it's interesting because you think your water is good. Like I had a friend in New York, and he got it and he put it together, and he sent me a picture of the filter, like the top of the filter. He's like, why are these things like little brown spots on the top of the filter? I said, that's because your water, whatever it's doing to filter the water, it's grabbing that, and he says, well, oh, I didn't know that was in the water. And it starts to get darker because of it. It's doing the work it's supposed to do before it, so it's cleaning up. It's interesting. I'd never seen that happen. So something with the New York water. So number 2 is air, right? Clean, fresh air. So this one's easy. Basically, you open your windows. So opening your windows will let the fresh air in. And the air that we get in natural settings has a soothing and relaxing sensation. If you think about when you go to the beach, you're walking on the beach, on the sand, or you're in a park setting with trees and water, just outside, just getting that sunlight, right? That feeling is created by the negative ions that we find in natural environments. And negative ions are particles in the air that carry a net negative electrical charge, which means that those charges are really good for us because it helps our body. Research suggests that negative ions contribute to a sense of well-being that we get from breathing fresh, clean air. So the cleaner and fresher the air, the better we feel. The funny thing, though, is that most of us have our windows closed 90% of the time. So we're not getting that benefit naturally in our homes. The other thing, too, is as you open those windows, if you do get a chance to open the windows, you let dust in, right? So dust, did you know that there are 45 chemicals identified in household dust? And in addition to just chemically based personal care products, pesticides, household cleaners, indoor air pollution is also caused by the use of synthetic building materials and furnishings. So, there's nothing that's nothing to sneeze at. It's all in our homes, no matter what you try to do. So that's where an air purifier comes in, and it can help, to clean that air. And as you can imagine, there are many air purifiers, and some are better than others. And the one that I use, as you can see in the picture here, is a Kenko air purifier. And I love it so much, I actually have 4 of them. We all sleep with one in our rooms. It provides high quality HEPA air filtration that captures up to 99.97% of 0.3 micron particles. So it's capturing a lot of that, all that stuff that's in the air. And it creates those negative ions, right? So it uses negative ions to create a fresh, invigorating atmosphere without releasing harmful ozones into the air, which is important. And it's quiet. It senses when there are allergens in the air, like pollen and dust, animal hairs, mold, and even fragrances. So that they're not natural fragrances, it'll kick it into high gear and it starts to clean. And it's so lightweight, you can lift it, move it from room to room. So like the other day, my husband put on his cologne to go out, right? And he smelled really good, really nice. And then I went in, and that Kenko air purifier was like kicked into turbo. Yeah, I was like, what happened? And it was the fragrances, the airborne particles from the fragrances in the cologne that were in the air. He also, the same thing happened he has this testosterone gel that he's applying, and that thing went into bright red, because there's a lot of those chemicals in that thing. And it smelled, I could smell it in the room as I walked in. So this thing was really doing its work. And even so, the US Embassy in Panama, they recognize how good these filters are. They put 45 of them in the police facilities to help reduce the contaminants and the viruses, which it was in the COVID time. So they did it all last year to help clean the air in the police stations. It's very nice. So the number 3 right, is really to avoid the harmful chemicals and personal care products that you have in cleaning and personal care products. So a lot of our aerosol sprays, we have scented candles, those things contain harmful chemicals such as formaldehyde and phthalates. And according to the Environmental Working Group, every day the average woman uses 12 personal care products, right? Face creams, hair care, everything. They contain 168 unique ingredients. And many of them are not good for our bodies. And we use them and we absorb them into our skin. So many of my customers have skin sensitivities, allergic reactions to fragrances and things like that, in anything that's in their laundry detergent, like dryer sheets, bathroom cleaners, anything that, they've been able to clean with microfiber and water and enzyme-based products. So that's been a lifesaver for them. And what it does is the enzymes are proteins that act as a natural catalyst to clean, right? They break down dirt and stains so they wash away more easily. And because they're so efficient at doing that, a small amount can give you a significant cleaning benefit. So you don't have to use a lot. So if a brand is not enzyme-based, it's chemical-based, right? And the goal is to reduce the chemicals that you use. So use products that are enzyme-based as well. And the companies that use enzymes help to offset that large chemical, the amount of chemical ingredients for many of the products that are used in the environment, right? And that helps to reduce the burden on us and on the planet. So that's also very good if, when you support companies that, uses enzymes. So my friend Sally here, question? No.
Go ahead, and then I'll ask.
Okay, so my friend Sally here is a great story. Sally was using Castile soap along with other natural products, right? It's a natural cleaner, but sometimes it can leave deposits of salt film on the surfaces. So, like Castile soap, there are other products you can buy in the stores, like 7th generation, other natural cleaners. But even though they're labeled as natural, they may not be the best things for your home. So you have to really research and look at what you're using or what's on the labels. So Sally and I had a chat one day, and I recommended she try out the Safe Haven 5 package, which is pictured on the screen. And it is an Enviro cloth, which you use for cleaning, a window cloth, a dusting mitt, laundry detergent, and the cleaning paste, right? So with this set, you can clean up to 90% of your home and ditch those chemical cleaners and laundry detergents filled with chemicals that you use. And the Enviro cloth and window cloth are used with just water. The dusting mitt helps to remove those, toxic things in the dust. So it takes out all that dust, and you don't need sprays to dust. And the laundry detergent and the cleaning paste are enzymes. So when you use that, you have enhanced cleaning power. You're going to use it with water. The cleaning power is enhanced, and a little goes a long way. So after using the products, Sally came back to me and she said, that there's something she noticed that was different. And at first she thought it was just cleaning with water, right? Not having to spray and wipe with a rag. It was just wipe and wipe again. It was just basically water and the cloth. And she could feel that there was a difference, but she couldn't quite figure out what it was. Then she went and she did her laundry. She took the laundry out of the washing machine, and she realized that the house, just feeling, the house felt really clean. Clothes were really clean. There was no residual stuff from sprays or the laundry soap. And also the washing machine, the gunk around the washing machine was also clean, because the laundry detergent actually cleaned the machine as well as cleaned their clothes. So Sally, were you impressed?
I was impressed. And I didn't know why I was so impressed, especially the laundry. It just felt uplifting when it was just such a bizarre feeling. I'd never felt anything. Yeah, it was just weird. But I really do like not having to use any products. I mean, I basically usually use essential oils and stuff, and Pat said I could use my essential oils with the products too. But even with just water, it's just so easy. You know, it's not like you have to carry a bucket around with you or anything. It's just cool.
Yeah.
So I do want to go back if we had a question about the size of your air purifier. How?
Oh, 300 square feet.
Okay. And I think the thing that makes it so special is the fact, I'm so sorry, 300 square feet. That's how much it purifies. But like if.
Oh, the
dimensions.
dimensions. The dimensions of the product.
There you go.
Yeah, I'd have to look that up for you. I don't remember, but it's probably.
Well, I mean, like how? Like sitting on the floor, does it come up to your knees or your waist or?
Probably like between, well, I'm short, so, okay. So like a little above my knee, between my knee and my waist, right?
Okay, so it's
not very tall.
It's a pretty big product. It would be the size of, we have those in my office, not those, but we have other air purifiers in the office, and they're pretty tall, but they're not obtrusive. They're just.
No, and this one is a nice looking shape.
Yeah.
And you can actually tell, like I did when I first put it in, because I got one to try it out, of course, right? To check it out. But when I put it in my son's room, because that was like where all the smells were, it's a boy, right? Yes, boy smells in there. So when I put it in there, my sister-in-law actually walked in and she said to me, what's different in here? Because the air was light.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And she didn't know what I put in there. So she basically said, why does it seem so different in here?
Yeah, she just noticed that. So this would be something that you'd put on the floor. It wouldn't be something you'd put on a table.
No, I put it on the floor.
On the floor.
You can,
okay.
but
Perfect.
I would use it on the floor. I do it on the floor.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Great. So let's talk about the fourth item, which is sleep. Very important. You know, we've all heard, most of us have heard that you need at least 8 hours of sleep per night. But in today's world, that's not always easy. We work late, we get up early, we have busy lives. I can attest to that. Going to bed at 2 o'clock, waking up at 7 o'clock is hard. Your brain, you don't function properly. Your brain fog, your ability to make decisions is kind of inhibited by all that. So you want to make sure you're getting good sleep, and don't feel like you're alone, because 50 to 70 million US adults have sleep or wakefulness disorders. They have trouble falling asleep and staying asleep. All right. So we all think we can also catch up on sleep, but it really doesn't work that way. Our bodies regenerate while we're sleeping. So if we don't get enough restful sleep, we're not giving our bodies the chance to get, to be the best when we're awake. And I can vouch to that, because I did something at 2 o'clock in the morning. And today the guy said to me, what were you looking at? Because that's not, it's correct, you're wrong. I'm like, okay. I get it. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. That probably wasn't the best time to be looking at numbers and calculating anything. So, when our bodies are not, or when we're not at our best, our mind isn't either, right? So we're not focused. It's more challenging to make good decisions and to remember things and avoid overwhelm. So one of the things you can do is schedule your sleep. It's an important activity, just like anything else you would schedule, right? And create a routine to wind down before you go to bed, like, warm shower, and you get rid of the telephone, just so you start to relax. Some people do meditate a little bit and then go to sleep. So create a routine for yourself and schedule that so you can get that in. Now, there are also things that we can do as individuals to get better sleep. And it doesn't always involve getting an extra hour or 2 of sleep, right? You can schedule, like I will tell you, I schedule my sleep, but then it pops up on the calendar and I ignore it. right? So I was like, pass that over. So you can schedule, you say you're going to bed at 10 o'clock and 10 o'clock will roll around and you're still doing whatever you're doing. And, you know, that doesn't always work. So there's also still a solution for us. So Nikan has a sleep system. And with that sleep system, you can sleep your regular number of hours and still feel good, restful, get good restful sleep and feel energized and focused when you wake up. So in addition to that water system, their system for sleep is just a topper. It has magnets in it. So it sits on top of your mattress. And you can also add a comforter and a pillow with magnets as well. And there have been recent studies where they've done with that Nikan sleep system and had an average of 50% improvement in sleep, people's sleep patterns, without having to sleep more hours. And that improvement happened just within 4 to 7 days. So it is proven and people are getting more restful sleep, and that really helps. And what's in the topper is it's got advanced magnetic reflective fiber and rubber thane technologies. So the magnetics help to promote rest and relaxation, and the rubber thane technology provides gentle stimulation while you're sleeping. So the reflective fiber technology helps to regulate your body temperature. So you're not having that, you know, hot and cold, kick the cover off, bring it back. And the breathable materials in the material in it is helping promote ventilation and circulation. So it really converts your mattress, your regular mattress, into a sleep system that gives you good restful sleep. You go into a deeper REM sleep and you can get restful, you know, more restful sleep, which is what you need really. Because the amount of hours is not the important thing, but it's important to get a good amount of restful REM sleep, right? So my friend Beverly had come to me about complaining that she wasn't sleeping well. She would fall asleep, wake up, and then can't fall back to sleep, which is that wakefulness disorder. So she was tired during the day because of that and had no energy, and you know, she can't think clearly. So she got her sleep system in 2019, and she's basically been sleeping really good since then. She's got the topper and the comforter, and she sleeps more soundly now. And when she does wake up, she has that energy, and she credits that increase in energy and clarity and focus to her sleep system. And as a side benefit, she also had neck tightness, like, you know, pain around the neck when you sleep and you wake up kind of crampy. That's gone because the pillow aligns her neck properly when she's sleeping as well. So it's so comfortable. So that's for me personally. I had sciatica pain a week ago, and even using the MagFlex, which is another one of our Nikan products, which has magnets, and inserting in my back, it helped relieve the pain when I was moving around and awake. But when I went to sleep, it was so uncomfortable to sleep. I got my topper, and within 2 days of putting it on and 2 nights of sleep, that pain went away. I was like amazed. And even my husband, when I first put it on, he laid down, and 10 minutes later, he got up and he's like, damn, this is amazing, right? Because you actually can feel the difference in your body. It actually is working and trying to regulate everything within your body and kind of bring it back to what like a more normal rhythm.
Yeah. So we have a question, Pat, that topper, if I was understanding, the topper goes underneath your bottom sheet.
Yes, right.
And then you got your sheets, and then the comforter goes, I mean, it's a comforter that goes on top.
Right.
And it's got, the topper has magnets in it.
The whole thing has magnets. The topper has magnets, the comforter has magnets, the pillow has magnets. So you're basically, if you have the whole system, you're sleeping in this cocoon of magnetism. So it's really working your entire, you know, body and putting you back into balance. It's working your metabolism a little bit, right? Because it's giving you that stimulation. Like as you're moving, you're sleeping, and you turn and you're moving on the magnets, it's actually activating them to work on your body, right? And magnets reduces inflammation in your body. So that's why it's helpful. Like, you know, when you have pain and you use one of the products with the magnets in it, it's actually creating blood flow to that area. which in essence then reduces the inflammation in the area.
And in Donna Eden Energy Medicine, they also teach about using magnets.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's not just, it's well-founded. Yes, I am.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure others have heard of it too.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
Okay. All right, so we've covered tips about drinking filtered water that is, alkaline. It contains the minerals we need for our body, and it's oxygenated, so it's more easily absorbed by the body. Open your windows, let that fresh air in, avoid those harmful chemicals in your cleaning and personal care products, and schedule your sleep like you would any important activity, and create a bedtime routine, right? So, last but not least, how am I doing on time, Sally? All good? All right. Last but not least, let's talk about unhealthy food. All right, we all know that natural, whole food gives us good nutrition and keeps us at a healthy weight, and it helps our skin be more radiant. So 60% of children today don't eat enough fruits and vegetables, right? 93% don't get enough vegetables to meet our daily recommendations. And we don't get it, they're not going to get it from cereals and desserts. Those are loaded with sugar. So, 1 in 10 American adults, only 1 in 10 get enough fruits and vegetables in their daily diets. So we really need to look at what we're eating and putting into our bodies. Within our wellness home, Nukin has a robust nutritional line, which is to support our core system, our gastrointestinal, our cardiovascular, immune, musculoskeletal, and nervous systems. So the 3 foods that we really need in our diet are protein, fruits, and vegetables, right? And I know I don't get enough fruits and vegetables per day. I barely eat much a day. So my solution is really using the Nukin nutritional products that are certified organic and vegan, kosher. They're low in fat and there is no added sugar. They use monk fruit in their products, which gives it that natural sweetener. So you don't have to add anything else to it. But they have protein, the protein drink. They have a vegan drink mix, which is actually the vegetables. And the Super Siaga are fruits. So between the 3 of them, you're getting your complement, and there are powders. You can mix them in whatever your favorite drink is. I use the alkaline water, of course, to mix them in, or you can mix them with milk or whatever it is, however you feel to make a shake out of it. But it does give that balanced nutrition. And I find that if I don't take myself, the products, the tablets, that I feel sluggish. Like I asked my son the other day, I said, because I was actually falling asleep on conference calls or trying to keep my eyes open, also because of the lack of sleep. But I said to my son, I said, do you find that when you don't take the tablets that you feel sluggish? He's like, yes, because you can tell the difference, that you have that extra energy, your body's getting what it needs, even though you're not eating enough of everything that you need. So that's one other way to make sure that you're getting that natural whole food that's targeted against for your nutritional support and organic, your ideal weight, right? And the fact that they're organic is awesome. And the products from Nukin it's a Japanese company. So you know that their standards are a little high, and also the Norwich products are Norwegian companies. So all of these things from these 2 companies, which I find are awesome, is that their certifications in those countries are much more stringent than what you have in the US. So when you're using these things, you are getting the quality that you expect and that you want. Okay. So I'll tell you this one quick story about Dr. Karen Willens. And her journey on how she worked through this. She has a doctorate of naturopathic medicine, sorry. And she was a registered dental hygienist. Like you get Sally, right? But she retired 20 years ago with a disability. She had agonizing muscle soreness throughout her body, which developed into brain fog. She couldn't think straight. So nothing was really working right for her and her body if your brain is not thinking clearly. She also had bone density issues, which were causing her pain in her joints. And there was nothing that the medical community that could offer her that she wanted, because she didn't want the drugs, the medications, the prescriptions that they were handing out due to all the side effects. So she went back to school to learn natural health. And after 4 years, she felt her body like going downhill. And that's when she was introduced to the Nikan products, and she started using technologies. And for 3 years, it took her 3 years to realize she was actually really healing and getting better. And the way she realized it was when she was able to dance at her daughter's wedding, which she said her agonizing muscle soreness had gone away. Her joints were improving, her mental capacity, her brain fog was gone, and she can think clearly and she's sharp. So the technologies are supporting her body so that she can feel comfortable. And the water system she's drinking is keeping her hydrated so that everything in your body works better, right? The nervous system in the body is the electrical system for your body. And when that doesn't work, nothing else seems to work. And so with water, you're hydrating and it works better. So being hydrated, she's now feeling much better. She started nutritionals and she puts it into her favorite beverage. And she takes the pills once a day, and it's helping her to build her strength back in her body. So using these products, she's felt a tremendous difference in her life, and she feels younger and better than she did 20 years ago when she was going through all of that. So it's a real, that plus using products for cleaning that are not filled with chemicals and products like that to help create a whole wellness home is really what she's done. And that's what we all strive to do so that we can get rid of those toxins that are in our homes. So by now you can kind of see that drinking healthier water and improving the air you breathe, changing the cleaning products, getting good quality sleep are a few ways that you can support living a better life so you can look and feel great. And by now you can also see that, when you feel good and you look good and you're in optimum health, that everything works better for you. And you want to make sure that it's not just you, but your entire family. So when you create a wellness home, your family is also benefiting and you can all enjoy that life. So my invitation to you today is to schedule a 30-minute discovery session with me. And we'll work together to assess what it is you are doing, what's working, what's not working. And then identify what's the fastest steps or where you want to focus to work on that, creating that healthy home, what your journey will be. And then my second gift is to download my 7 steps that you can also see for yourself and start reading how to remove those harmful poisons. And that list and the conversation with me will help you get to the core that we can tailor that solution for you and your family. And when you take action now, I am going to include a sample package of the Norwex products, which includes the EnviroCloth, the window cloth, a body cloth, because you can also use that to remove makeup without chemicals, and a sample of the laundry detergent. So that way you can actually start using and seeing and feeling the effects of that immediately to start working towards taking out those silent killers in your home. And my website is at www.patmchain.com. So feel free to go there and sign up for it, and I'll get that package out to you and we can schedule a call. So when you work with me, you can stop wondering whether what you're doing is good or bad, and you can get peace of mind. We can assess what's working, what's not working, identify what's doing well, what needs work, and determine how to work together to get through that, creating your healthy home. And I am so honored and thankful for you, Sally, to give me the opportunity to share with people tonight, and hope that everybody has learn something new. Hopefully you're all doing something that I went through, and you can do more to create your healthy home.
Thank you, Pat. That was awesome. I put Pat's invitation in the chat. So if you want to just click it, you should be able to get right to her website and find, sign up for that. I tell you, Pat is definitely all in it for you. She is not, I really, let me start that all over again. I love working with Pat because she does not push anything. She listens to questions and gives her best answer, and that's it. You get to make those decisions. So I really do appreciate that. It's not like a lot of push, push, push. So thank you. You're getting a lot of thanks in the chats. It was great information. There's still time for questions. If anybody wants to take themselves off mute, you're more than welcome to do that. And if there are any questions, while we're waiting for questions to come in, I do want to share also that next Thursday, 8 o'clock, you can join. I'm going to put this in the chat as well. You can join me as I present wise food choices, which is really a misnomer. I did not name that, but to the best, because it's not really all about food, but it is about getting healthy on the inside and how to listen to what your body's symptoms are. It's just your body trying to talk to us. So if you listen to the symptoms of your body, you can get guidance on how you can support it. So Pat's given us a lot of awesome ideas and tips and what to just kind of look for and to be aware of in our home environment. And so the talk on next week will be about how to look at your internal environment. So I hope, if you have any questions, contact me.
So do you want me to go through any of the questions? The beeping was mine. I am sorry. It was, I think it was my alarm system battery that's going.
It was time for you to go to bed, Pat.
I know.
Oh, one of the things that I kind of went through the questions as they came up, but if anybody has any others, any that I missed. But something that I read recently about sleep and brain fog was people who get regularly less than 7 hours of sleep. If they are driving like they are impaired, like after having a couple drinks. So it's a serious thing, right? You had in there accidents caused by just lack of sleep. So it's a serious thing. And one thing that I know about it is the fact that when you do sleep, the reason you've got that fogginess is because your cerebrospinal fluid is cleaning your brain. And if you're not getting enough sleep, it doesn't allow that fluid to get in there and scrub out your brain.
Clean it out, and yes.
Yeah, and another thing,
we're on Zoom all the time.
Yeah. And the good food supports that. And of course, exercise.
Correct.
Rebounders are super for your lymph system to keep that pumping. So I'm just kind of rattling on here.
All good points though, Sally. That's good.
But thank you. That was phenomenal information. Oh, and thank you, Pat. Pat's got in here the size of the air purifier. Yeah. So it's 14, yeah, it's about, it's nice sized. Yeah. It's sturdy, but those things are awesome. Those things are awesome. So I really do appreciate this. This has been wonderful, wonderful stuff. Again, lots of great information. It was wonderful for you guys. Thank you for spending your evenings with us to learn new things and hopefully open your minds to different ways of doing things. So thank you. And you're very welcome. Thanks, Tricia. And thanks for the hearts and the claps.
Thank you.
Very, very good.
All right. Good night, all.
Okay, take care.
I'll see you on Monday.
Oh, yeah, I'll see you now. Oh, and also, guys, this is going to come out in a replay for you. So